Say she came in, right? And said, I came to a couple of your parties. He's like, I couldn't. He said, man, the bitch was so bad. I couldn't. He said she was so bad. I would have remembered her because I would have got at her. He's like, I don't remember that. She said, hold on. She went in the room, came back with a CD, threw it in the computer, and boom. He said, nigga, he looked like I was taking pictures for her. He said, that's how many pictures they had of me. I said, dang. He said, they had like about 30 motherfuckers just on me. Follow everything I did every day. Like when I pulled off, if I hit this corner, it was another one on me. I was like, damn. And it's all to get, all that shit is a design. It's a setup.
Just to entrap.
That motherfucking prison system, it's when they say it's modern slavery, the fuck it is, homie. Then he's gonna give you this parole and tell you to beat. I'm gonna give you this parole. It's $200 when you hit that gate, and I'm gonna tell you, good luck. But meanwhile, I'm gonna see you in a minute because I put that shit on the application where you can't get no job.
That part.
Which means you're gonna be determined.
I'm gonna cut your whole foot off.
Right.
Toby.
From that analogy, man, that's deep. When y'all think about that out there, youngsters, think about it. Like I seen this picture on social media. It was like 5 young cats, and the picture was shot from the air, like right, and you could see them on the floor in the prison. They was just standing on the prison, and the quotation said some shit like as if like they was once on the streets, but now you see the situation there, like them niggas are stuck for life, bro. So it's like. This shit is real out here, man, the feel when it comes to the street shit, man, when it comes to cats making these choices, man, of non-educating themselves and thinking that, you know, doing it this way is the right way or the illegal way, or then you have cats like ourselves as G's, and we come along, man, we try to enlighten dudes based on our experience. Like I said, when I get on these platforms and I talk, I don't get here to speak on this shit based on boasting or bragging, you feel me? I didn't build my reputation on boasting and bragging. I built my reputation on putting in the work, nigga. That's how I got here. So it's like now I try to enlighten cats like yourself, youngsters out there in the world, man, from different states who want to know the origin of this shit, who want to really know. I try to enlighten them, homie. This really the real aspect of this shit. You don't want no parts of it. For real. You really don't want no parts of the real of this shit. Yeah. Meaning real gang bangers and real gang member shit. You don't want no parts of this shit. So I try to light cats on that shit, man. Like, make another wise, different choice, bro, you know, in your life, because you can. You got an opportunity. See, a lot of us, we didn't really have choices back then because the way this shit was designed, like Squeak said, the shit was already pre-designed and thrown at us. When Took and them and Raymond and them took off to design this crip thing, you know, community revolution in progress, that's what that meant. That mean revolution. That mean in progress. That word revolution alone for us is a threat to the whitey, man. Oh, yo, revolution. What I tell you earlier about Fat Boy, J. Edgar Hoover, he annihilated this shit. He designed and built everything to annihilate our ass, and he great at it. That motherfucker kicking up daisies. He's still killing us. He's still killing us right now today. He ain't even around. That's power, nigga.
And that's how and that's the same way they did in the 80s in the music industry. Same way. If you
speak on that.
Because I'm only gonna deal with one of y'all. I'm gonna give you the money. Now you shut it out to whoever you want to or who you consider. But I ain't giving it to all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So if I want to keep mine, I gotta fuck somebody just like they fucking me. And that's that mentality.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah, that's it. So when he say enlighten, that's like, first of all, as a culture, we in a fight. And we're gonna be handling it down. We got to hand it down from our ancestors. We're gonna be handing it on to the next generation. But it's gonna be handing it on to the next generation because it's not gonna stop. Like we be talking about, I was speaking with some homies and we was talking about voting. Even when it was time last year with the election, right? And a lot of people, I ain't voting. And I was like, you can't have that mentality because that's what they want you to do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we fucked up.
Yeah, and that's where on the local level is more important than the presidency. We don't realize that.
Let me jump in real fast and you finish. Because I want to elaborate on that last time you spoke on it. That's what cats don't understand is that's where we supposed to be. Fuck the presidential seat. Fuck the vice president. We don't even supposed to be on that level, on that page from our mentality. We supposed to be on the local level. We supposed to be going to knock on the Congress door who run this district.
Yeah.
We supposed to be on their head.
Yeah.
Because that's who gonna make the difference.
Yeah.
Right.
And until that happens, they gonna go get the money, get paid their little old $200,000-300,000 a year for doing nothing.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna
And
make
you
something like $83 an hour.
And you
or
wondering
something
why.
like that. Then start talking. The biggest shit with Congress is term limit.
Right.
How the fuck you been in Congress 30 years? Why?
Right.
Why you don't have no limit? The president only get 8 years if possible. Why you getting motherfucking 4 and 5 terms? That ain't supposed. So
Because
that's
it's
letting
a
me know.
career position.
Yeah, it's nothing gonna happen. It's happening. Motherfuckers go up there and ship me, and while they whole wild time they in there, they ain't doing shit but getting rich.
That's
Right.
it.
It's getting rich.
And,
So
and then we talking about the people who is responsible for our streets. Homeless people that's homeless sleeping under these bridges.
Right.
Shit can be done about that, homie.
Shit can be done. Sidewalks.
They not gonna do nothing.
there's no
about it.
programs for this mental health,
money.
all that shit is serious.
You know what I'm saying?
It's no program
Street
for
lights.
it.
All that. That's what they position.
Right.
Like the only way you get a pothole fulfilled on your block is you go put in the complaint for it. I guarantee a motherfucker get
No,
fixed in.
I was telling my son going back to the school thing about the difference. I told my son this. I said these white folks up here, when the kids need school uniforms for the basketball team and shit, they're not having no car wash. Parents get together and get the bread together and they go get it for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We out there having car washes and selling plates and all kind of shit. So it's a difference, man. So we have to. The biggest thing with us is educating ourselves about, you know what I'm saying, the power that we have and how to use it. And that's what we don't do. And we have to stop letting ourselves get manipulated and really point the finger at each other. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like one thing I don't like that we do is we always want to just shine on each other. You know what I'm saying? When I get something, the first thing I want to do is just I want to shine on this the next nigga, and that's did that create the rivalries? And, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing is uplifting. It's not like, nigga, come on, nigga, let me show you how I did this.
Hey, I got a question for both of y'all, man. Do you think the mayor that was voted in for Los Angeles and the changes that he made was genuine when he denounced the gang enhancements and the 3 strikes?
You mean when he took it off?
Yeah, he took it off. Yeah, was it genuine?
It was genuine. And it wasn't so much as genuine. Everything is designed. Like as Squeak said, it's our time. So it's just a time now where they feel.
But you know what? With that though, we have been putting pressure on them because the chief of police before Moore.
When you say we, he talking about the inside primarily.
Okay.
There's a lot of cats on the inside.
Inside
shit.
But you know, a lot of these gang prevention. You know what I'm saying? Cause like who was Beck? We was already on Beck head. You know what I'm saying? He was the chief of police before Chief Moore is. Like the dude that's in there, what's his name now? The sheriff though.
Not Baca.
Not Baca. You know, he was
The other fool.
but you know, they on his head right now because he with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? With the Hispanic shit. He with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But when we say by design, after for so long, I have to give you a little bit of something to make it look like I'm making moves for you.
Right.
Absolutely. I gotta show you a bone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know.
So after a while, so that's what it is right now, and I think only that because of the age group of it's a lot of us in our age group now. You know what I'm saying? That's in the forefront. That's coming together, talking about peace and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the youngsters is like you was hitting on something earlier about the youngsters, and what I be saying about them is they don't respect none of this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this stuff, these neighborhoods and everything, they were already built before they got there. They ain't built none of this.
None of this.
So they like spoiled kids.
Yeah.
They'll tear down neighborhood relationships that's been going on 30, 40 years. It'll get tore down overnight.
Over
Nothing.
nothing.
Over nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Then what I hate when I see our age group get involved in it, because I had an incident one time I pulled up, it was coming up from a show, so we pulled up to the little hole in the wall bar we hang out at, right? So I seen the little homies getting into it with some other homies from my age group from another neighborhood, so I jumped in, like, man, you know, what's going on? So me and the homies jump in. So the little homies got mad at me because they felt like I was supposed to jump in
with them, take sides.
So I'm like, homie, you know, these dudes, I grew up with them. You niggas just got off the porch. I don't even know who's wrong.
Right. You trying to figure out what's right.
But you want me to jump in just because we from the same neighborhood. That ain't how I get in.
No.
That ain't how it work. And come to find out, the little homie was wrong. Because he did some bullshit. And it was simple because he never hung up at the little bar. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't know who he was. And all you had to do is identify yourself, but you wanted to be more than what you thought you was. And you got checked.
Yeah, you gonna make it
and you got mad when he told the homies a lie, so they got riled up. You know what I'm saying?
Try to jump on me.
Let me stop y'all real quick, man. Cause first off, let me say I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all done got my gears turning and thinking. I interview so many rappers, and they dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them kids, they don't know nothing. You know, I'm listening to y'all talk. Y'all got me thinking about books out in red, miseducation of the Negro, new Jim Crow. Y'all just, you just talking your shit naturally. Yeah. And I've been doing this interview shit, and around the time of the documentary that we started doing in Fort Worth or whatever the case may be, the reason that we did it was because the big homies reached out. And so, one of the reasons we did it, I was going to do it for the little homie that died, but the big homies ended up reaching out because I'm interviewing they little homies. They making the hood look bad, and these are years of relationships, you know what I'm saying? And so, boom, the big homies get involved, and we need to, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, I feel like I had kind of got my purpose back in the game. Like, which was, I done built a platform off this YouTube, we getting hundreds of thousands of views, and now I got a voice to where I can put something out, and the young crowd will watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, you cut the camera. I say you cut the camera. But with that being said, I just, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all kind of got me thinking now I got to get back to some purpose. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just doing these interviews.
Nah, it's all on purpose, homie. Because, hey, you know what? But you know what? You find that.
Yeah. Now you can get lost, man. Y'all don't understand. It's treacherous when you doing what we do, like what I do. Like it be so much bullshit going on in hip hop, especially in when you dealing with young niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all grown, y'all know something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When it.
Well, you see what that is, homie? Is a lot of it is
I gotta do last one here. No, just off the running.
No, I'm gonna give you myself as an example. A lot of these young dudes, they don't respect nothing but the shine.
Yeah.
If you ain't pulling up in nothing, dropping out with the jewelry blinging and all that, they don't want to hear nothing from you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because more than anything, out of the rap shit, I weigh my street credibility is more heavier than that shit. The rap shit don't mean shit to me. But to have my respect streetwise, to where I can go somewhere and say, hey, boom. Like the most thing I like when homies come home and say, hey, boom. I give, for instance, my son, mom, her dude just come home, right? He from 6-0. So the first thing he says, he pulled me to the side, like, he said, I just want to let you know that ain't gonna be, if there's any problem, let me know. Because the last dude she was with was a weenie. Basically, he was letting me know that, and I ain't like that weenie ass nigga she was just with. I'm like, it's all good. But he said, homie, I just want to let you know that I just heard good shit about you from the yard. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that. I said, with that being said, homie, we good.
Right.
So you know my shit's solid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we all good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what as long as my name is good, that's the only thing I try to do is keep my shit good.
So look, here's the issue. Like I got a background in politics, and I used to be an educator. I did all this activism, NAACP, all that good stuff. But where I get burnt out at is we talk about these issues. We point out, like you pointed out, term limits, which are needed. You know what I'm saying? Keep some young blood in office. But what are we actually doing? You know what I'm saying? Like we point out all the issues, felon disenfranchisement, you know what I'm saying, lack of jobs, like lack of not voting locally. But what are we doing to mobilize the people to actually get some shit done?
But that's the whole point right there is how can you mobilize or move forward with lack of education, with individuals who's willing to educate.
Right.
You got a youngster that's 20 years old, 19, refuse to go to school, then how do you move forward to that? And the future is in y'all hand, and it's just stayed in y'all hand. What do we do? It's like taking us out of retirement from our family and our kids and teaching our seeds to teach you.
Right.
And then you still you're not willing to learn. So it's like, okay, we coming out of retirement to do what? Now we got to go to war and put down demos in order to really get that attention at bay. We really have to really come out here, really get down and dirty. And some niggas will have to drop. Some niggas will really have to be sacrificed in order to get to that level.
Right.
And that's that part where we come in and we basically we would say we refuse because we've been there, we've done it, man. And it's like we refuse to go backwards when a nigga's living in this second half of his life.
I just feel like it's almost a community effort, you know, because I guess the point I was trying to make earlier was here you got somebody like me, the blogger, you know what I'm saying, with a platform to the youth, you know, that can disseminate this information, right? Here you got an OG, you know what I'm saying, a nigga that have been around, that know the game, been in the streets, been in their position, you know what I'm saying. Here you got, you know what I'm saying, another homie who's also been in the music, in the entertainment industry, you know what I'm saying. At some point, we should be able to come up with some way
but remember, remember not to mention, not just being in the music entertainment. We talking about a nigga's really off the block, gang bang, and a nigga told him, listen, I interviewed this nigga a decade ago, right? And I'm gonna show you how significant it was. I said, Squeak, what started you in the music business? He said, oh, big homie. He said, shit, you know, I ain't even gonna front. I wasn't even fucking around with the shit, you know, but my homies kept telling me, nigga, you can rap, you can do this shit. So, you know, shit, I put a pen and paper together and I started telling my story of my life. Shit, I'm really living, what we going through. And that's what influenced this nigga to rapping. This nigga's a gang member. He was an ex-gang banger. This nigga Squeak Roo, homie, this Squeak Roo.
But you know what, a lot of times,
Roo, right.
Roo, like Pyro, nigga.
But a lot of it is sometimes it's a lot of it is the individual. You know what, I never wanted to, first of all, let me tell you this, I ain't never been on no prison yard.
And that, now
I ain't never been on a prison yard.
Let me stop.
But millions of people think I done been to the pen. I can tell you everything about it, but I ain't never been on no yard.
I wish I could say that. I wish.
So that's why I say when dudes say, I heard good things about you from the yard, huh? That makes me feel like I'm doing my job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just try to speak real shit. When shit is wrong, shit is wrong. When it's right, it's right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I just try to keep my shit that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't like looking over my back. I ain't never trying to get over on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that costs. Right. You know what I'm saying? I know that it's cause and effect in this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Karma knocks on everybody's door. Don't miss none of our doors, man. Some of us get it sooner. Some of us may get it down the line. You may go on in your life and change like this has happened. You went on to change your life completely, become this prominent citizen, and all of a sudden, Karma decides, okay, it's time to cash in on your ass. Karma knocks on your door.
You done seen them forensic shows and all this shit.
You feel me? Karma knocks on your door. I ain't just seen it, nigga. I've been through it. I experienced it. Well, I got my shares of karma, so I knew. That's why I say, God damn, man, I ain't even did nothing to nobody. No, nigga, but you done done a lot to the niggas in the past.
Yeah.
Thought you gonna get away with it?
Right.
So it's like karma knocks on all our door, brother. It don't miss nobody's house. Nobody's, man. It'll get you eventually. You know what I mean?
But to answer your question with all that, man, where do we this is part of the start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We do have to keep doing these things. Like back to the voting thing.
The conversation do gotta get raised.
I was telling them about voting and all that. So I was like, do you realize that we've only had this opportunity to vote for the last, was it 50, 55 years really?
Yeah.
That's not really that long ago.
No.
So I was thinking about my grandparents.
About the 50s.
My grandfather was like, I'm originally, I was born in Florida. My grandfather was the first black city councilman in the town where I'm from. called Coco.